presents Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Basketball. Tonight, a matchup between the Rogers Royals and the Armstrong Falcons. From Armstrong High School in Plymouth, John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson and Allie Mosley. And thanks so much for tuning in on this mild Tuesday night. The Rogers Royals, Ryan, come in 3-10 on the season. Coach Joe Balco really likes the attitude of his team and the way they play hard. They just haven't gotten a lot of wins so far this season. They went to double overtime, another loss for them in their most recent game against Coon Rapids.
Yeah, but you look at their schedule, John. They've played some, this is a lot of depth in this conference. They played some close games, almost beat Park Center, who's always a perennially tough team to play against. So they're right there. They got a good mix of shooters. They're not very tall, but they're smart. They're well coached, so they can win. This is a trap game for teams when you look at that record, thinking you're going to walk over them, because that's not the case.
For Armstrong, a good season for them, 9-4 overall, 8-4 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Split 2 games last week with Park Center. Their most recent meeting, Armstrong beating Rogers by a couple of points. They swept the season series last year against the Royals. They've got a good club in this league, and it's a very good league of the top teams.
Yeah, they're a very good basketball team, and you look at their wins. They've beat a good Minnetonka team. Spring Lake Park is an excellent team. Armstrong beat them, as well as Park Center. So they are a very capable team. They have a great mix of athleticism and great shooting. They want to get the ball, get the pace, and create a lot of shots, and they got the talent to do it. And they take on the persona of their head coach. Their head coach, one of the best shooters that I've ever gotten to play against.
And let's look at our key players, starting with the Royals. Junior guard Peyton Belka is having a really good season, Ryan.
He's a great shooter. He's a coach's son, and can really light it up. He's had games in the 30s, and also a good playmaker. He's not a selfish player. He will make the right basketball play. And it's the old cliche of a coach's son, right? High IQ, but that really is the case. And they need him to score tonight for them to play in this game. They're only averaging 58 points a game. They're going to need him in the 20s tonight to score enough to play with Armstrong.
And for Armstrong, senior forward, also a coach's son, Dylan Iniger.
Well, Dylan, I'll tell you, he's taken a big leap from last year to this year. Not, literally, he's gotten taller, stronger, bigger. You can see him filling out, but for his size, he shoots the ball incredibly well, over 41% from 3. And he's got that height and kind of that mismatch that he can create. So he can score in a variety of ways. And he's had a monster season. Looking forward to seeing him play tonight. Already much better player than his dad ever was.
Bart will enjoy watching the replay later tonight. Well, we'll get ready to tip this one off as Rogers takes on Armstrong. High school boys basketball coming your way live on CCX right after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. Ready for basketball on a Tuesday night from Robbinsdale Armstrong High School in Plymouth. John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson. The third member of our broadcast crew tonight is Allie Mosley. Let's go to her now.
Hey guys, in talking with Coach Bryant before the game, he said it's games like this that give him the most anxiety. Not games against top powerhouse teams in the state, but teams like Rogers with a record of 3-10, whose record really doesn't reflect the talent on their team. Rogers has lost 6 games by just single digits this season, so they're not to be taken lightly in this one. Coach Bryant said the message to the team tonight is they have to play well. They cannot let up and let Rogers sneak up on them, especially after coming off just their 4th loss of the season last week to Park Center. Coach says they're going to have to move the ball better on offense and find ways to get buckets early on in moments of struggle. But luckily for Armstrong, offense is what they know. Coach says they figured out who they were early on in the season, really by game 6 offensively. So tonight they expect to come in confidently and take this one away as well, guys.
Thanks very much, Allie. And I always worry about that as a coach, right? A lot of times you'll beat the teams that are 3-10 like you're supposed to, but certainly not every time, right?
No, it's a tough thing for a coach to be in, and you say it so often throughout a year that your players kind of tune you out at some point. But that's a sign of being a great team. You don't get to 9-4 by not winning the games you're supposed to win.
Alex Bowman, Michael Olowo, Mitchell Jezierski, Carter Dawn, and Peyton Belka, the starting five for Rogers. For Armstrong, Deshaun Larkins, Jamez Garner, Seth Newbern, Cade Kempel, and Dylan Iniger. Armstrong again tonight without Peyton Newbern. He's been out with a broken wrist and hope to have him back and healthy to play next week. He was a starter before his injury.
Well, and I always go back to their dad, right? Melvin Newbern, one of the reasons I fell in love with basketball. I remember watching those Gophers, back in the 80s. Those were exciting times. So he's got a lot of talented children, and two of them here playing tonight. Well, one not playing with the wrist.
Regular season will end, Ryan, the end of next week, and then we get into section play shortly after that. So, again, a shortened regular season, just 18 games would be the maximum a team can play, and these teams are at 13 right now. As you look at Joe Belka, the only coach that Rogers has had in their program history since that school opened, now at 18th season as head coach with the Royals.
That would be. I'd love to see a shooting contest between these two coaches. Joe can shoot. He was a good player as well.
John Bryant at Armstrong. And we'll talk about him in a moment. Let's get ready for the tip here tonight, and it's won by Armstrong as Newbern wins the tip. Get the first possession, baseline, and an offensive foul is going to be whistled against Jamez Garner. Good job on drawing the charge.
Yeah, Bowman did a great job, and it's a play that it's a smart heads-up play. When a guy leaves their feet, even if they're passing, you take that charge, and that's how you kind of stunt some of that aggressiveness by standing in there taking those kind of plays.
Belka will bring it up court for the Royals in their first possession.
What's going to be interesting, John, is that Armstrong likes to get after it defensively. You can see they're picking up pressure. They want to force you to play fast. Rogers can play very deliberate on offense. 10, 15 passes sometimes till they find an open shot.
Bowman, they hit 16 threes in their last game against Coon Rapids. And there's a one to get them started here tonight.
Oh, what a start for Bowman. You take a charge on one end and come down and hit the three. Great way to start the game off on the road.
Iniger backs his defender down, shot a little too strong, and the rebound to Dawn.
And I like Iniger down low like that with that height. I'd like to see him go through that contact, maybe draw a foul, get to the free throw line.
Almost had the steal there. Rogers, though, able to hang on to it. Bowman back out on the left wing. Taller Iniger on him, now out to Olowo. One on the floor for a dribble. Jezierski, and then back out. Again, a deliberate possession for the Royals. Down low they go, well knocked away by Iniger. Scramble for it, and he comes up with it.
Oh, good throw ahead.
Lead pass ahead. Garner able to lob it up for Newbern for the lay-in.
Oh, great outlet pass, throwing it ahead. And you can see the philosophy, the difference in how Armstrong wants to attack and the pace they want to play at. And I'll tell you, with Rogers, when they played Park Center, they only lost by 3. They did a great job of handling pressure, not turning the ball over.
Corner three is up and in for Jezierski.
And not a big score, 3.8 a game, but what a big shot for him. He kind of does all the little things, plays good defense, great rebounder, tough defender as well.
Whistle ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Armstrong.
Again, handling the pressure, making the unselfish play. You see the defense collapse. That's a great job there, making that play with the head up. Jezierski knocks down the wide open three. And that's what Rogers needs to do, handle pressure and then knock down those open looks when they get them.
Larkins starts to drive in on the left wing, then back out to Iniger. And to Garner. Kempel off to Newbern. Skip pass across. Put up and in. That's a three for Deshaun Larkins.
I remember watching him last year, how quick he was, and he's really developed this year into a complete player, averaging over 18 points. He's quick, he can finish, and he can really shoot the ball consistently from 3.
Belka down low, Olowo. Ball gets blocked by Kempel. Goes back to Belka, he got stripped of it, and Armstrong back the other way.
Yeah, great hands by Kemple to do that, to strip that ball without fouling, too. Not easy to do. Oh, nice look.
Inniger through the hands of Larkins to Newburn, who hits a three from the corner.
Well, both teams on fire from outside, both 2 for 2. Inniger, I thought, passed up a good shot, got his teammate a great shot, able to knock it down.
Falcons with their first lead. Lowo through traffic, and wide open is Belka, and he missed the bunny.
Yeah, sometimes those are hard, John. At home you watch, you think, how do you miss that? But those easy ones, kind of like catching a wide open pass in football, you rush it a little bit. And
great spin move. Inniger gets to the basket and scores.
well, that's just great footwork. And that's a play I think in years past he doesn't make. But because he's got that confidence, his body got so much stronger, able to keep his balance off that spin, and beautiful left-hand finish.
Lowo holding out, Kemple on him.
Nice pass.
Drive, nice dish to the corner to Dawn, who hits a three. Carter Dawn, a 6'4" senior. And Rogers has all 9 of its points on 3.
Yeah, and all the same type of plays, right? Guy breaking down one-on-one, getting to the lane, good help defense, and making the right pass. 3 different players, too, knocking down those threes for the Royals.
Ball intended for Inniger, knocked away by Belka, and it's a turnover for Armstrong.
And I think if you're Rogers, too, you're pleased because you're doing it without Belka scoring. You're getting good contributions here from everybody to start the game.
Jazierski skip pass across to Dawn, and Inniger gets to the loose ball. Lowo scrambles for it.
Oh, nice
It's
look.
a turnover, a steal for Rogers. Lowo gets it back. His body's all over the place, and Armstrong has it again. Wide open for a three is Kemple. Missed it and rebounded by Belka.
Did Kemple not get the message? We're not missing threes tonight. Hey, great effort that time by both teams. You had about 6 guys diving on the floor. As coaches, you love to see that.
Here's Bowman. Looks like he thought about the three. They give to Belka. Inniger again with active hands, knocks the ball away. It's a 2-on-1 for the Falcons. Inniger to the hoop, scores.
And for all you youngsters out there, did you see how he used his body to shield the defender? And when you do that, you force that defender to come across your body. And if they're going to try to block that, it's going to be a foul. Great hands, active hands, another turnover. Nice unselfish play ahead. Watch him use that body and finish with that ball extended out front. That's how you finish on a break. You know, of course, Dylan's dad, Bart, one of the assistant coaches. There's a look at John Bryant in his 3rd season. Bart's done some color commentary with us before. I do have to also mention Dylan has much better hair than Bart does, too. Look at that flowing hair that Dylan has. Ugh.
John Bryant had a great career here at Armstrong, an all-state player, and played in the Final Four for Wisconsin 21 years ago.
The thing that stands out, John, is having known John and watched him and played against him, he was a great competitor, you know, and can't be more than 5'11", 6 foot, and it didn't matter. He was just a phenomenal competitor. And as a coach, you can see it in the couple of years he's been here at Armstrong, his team taking on his persona of, it don't matter who you're playing against, we don't back down, and we got that chip on our shoulder. And he was a really good competitor, and not a lot of guys that I was not scared, but definitely respected the heck out of it. He was one of them.
Seth Coolman, number 13, into the lineup now for Rogers, along with Easton Whitcomb, number 3, who's got the ball now. A little unsure what he was going to do, if he was going to pass or go, and ended up drawing a charge instead.
Yeah, nice job by Rudenberg there, stepping in and taking that charge. And I think that's what Armstrong wants, to pressure you and force you into maybe playing out of character and trying to do too much, and you speed up. And great help defense right there by Armstrong.
Josh Rudenberg, as Ryan just mentioned, now to the lineup. Number 3, he's got the ball. Getting it for Inniger, who gets tied up there by Coolman. Held ball will go to Rogers.
Yeah, good defensive rotation there by Rogers. They're high pick and roll. They're hedging it. You got to have a weak side guy coming over. And a really nice job being there. That was Coolman.
12-9 Falcons. We played 6 minutes here in the first half. A little double team on the ball. A low ball across. Here comes Larkins to the basket off the steal and scores. Deshaun Larkins with 5 points.
He's one of those kids when you watch it, doesn't look like he's running that fast, but he just goes by everybody. He's a great athlete, played the passing line there and gets off to the races. He's got that great speed and the ability to finish as well.
Right corner into the hands of Whitcomb. Now he'll put the floater up too strong. Rebound underneath the basket and the foul. Basket made by Sam Gucciolo.
Well, you get great action when you drive to the basket. Even if you miss, watch the 3 red defenders coming over that side, and it allows Gucciolo to be there for the offensive rebound. And that's one of those, if you're going to foul a kid at the rim like that, you want to make sure he can't get that shot off. But that's where dribble drives and penetration really are so important. Even if you don't convert, it sets up offensive rebounding a lot of the times as well.
This is the free throw. And the rebound comes down to Owen Scram. Scram, a sophomore. Number 25 to the corner. Another 3 ball is up and in for Larkins.
Offensively having a great start here to the game. His second 3.
6-point lead. 3 from the corner. This one off the mark for Whitcomb. Larkin's going to pop another one. This one off the mark and out of bounds.
That's one of those as a coach, you're like, oh, that's not a good shot. But when a kid's made 2 in a row, had a couple of nice layups, he's feeling it, you let that one slide.
Samuel Stanzlaski, number 14, in now for Armstrong.
Say that 10 times quickly, John.
I'll settle for once at a time. The corner, nice little fake there by Bowman. Whitcomb gets covered up quickly. Seth Coolman. A tough defense by Armstrong. Baseline drive, left open, left corner. Jezierski missed, rebounded by Larkins.
And again, nice job by Rogers, even though they didn't score there. Oh, nice left-hand scoop. Good gosh. Larkins looking like a left-handed George Gervin there with the finger roll. Oh, and a turnover right out of the pass.
A steal for Armstrong. Rudenberg back out. Larkins will reset out near midcourt. In the hands of Iniger. Drive, great dish off to Stanzlaski for the basket.
Great patience, you're driving with that head up, but you tell kids all the time you can't stand still. Cut to the basket, great cut by Stanzlaski, and he gets an easy layup, great pass as well.
10-point lead now for Armstrong.
And the only difference, John, really is Rogers getting some good shots. They knocked him down to start the game. Those last couple are unable to knock down the open threes. You see they just play at that nice pace. They don't try to force it. They kind of force a breakdown in the defense and then make the right pass, try to get a wide open look.
Ball stripped away and then retrieved by Coolman. Bowman driving, then kicks to the corner to Whitcomb. Cut off. Armstrong not allowing any easy shots these last few possessions, though. There's an open look, though, for Whitcomb. Missed the shot and rebounded by Larkins. Falcons will push the pace again. Iniger stops and they'll hand back to Larkins and they'll set up. Rudenberg double teamed. Ball tipped away by the Royals, out of bounds. Still Armstrong basketball.
Well, I like what Rogers is doing. They're attacking those high ball screens. They're not letting Armstrong dictate it. They're trapping that, and then you can see great rotation, too. There's just no outlet, no place to go for that ball carrier.
Newbern back in. Garner in as well for Armstrong. Ball into the hands of Scram.
There's that trap again.
Stanzlaski gets the ball off to Newbern, the freshman, and loose ball picked up by Garner. Spin, Doesn't have anywhere to go with it. Back to Newbern with the corner through the hands of Scram out of bounds.
You know, both teams, I think, defensively really executing. Good, aggressive, man-to-man defense, adding some traps, and all the shots have come on good dribble drives and kicks, and they're just not knocking them down. Rogers isn't, but both teams playing well defensively, not giving up anything easily.
Just over 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Happy for you to join us here tonight on CCX. Armstrong up 10 points, 21-11 on Rogers. Malolo holding, gets the pass to Belka. Belka averaging over 18 points a game, has not scored yet tonight. To the corner, 3 ball, missed by Dawn. They'll get another try. This time it's Bowman, and he connects. Second 3 for the junior, Alex Bowman.
And again, wide open looks, great dribble drives, and to your point, Belka not looking even aggressive to attack the basket. He's just struggling getting to the basket.
Garner from 15 knocks it down. The lost art of the mid-range jumper.
You don't see it. And it's open, right? So many kids, it's either a 3 or a layup, and that 10 to 15 footer is open if you take what the defense is giving you.
Malolo working on Newbern, now into the hands of Belka. Lost the dribble as Garner comes out on him, picks
nice
up, little floater up and in.
And they need him to do that. That's what he's capable of doing. He plays with that great pace. Only 6'1", but he's thick and strong, and he can get that defender on his hip and a little floater there. He's a very talented scorer, and they're going to need that. Screen's getting trapped. Are they going to try to slip it, automatically skip over the top? What kind of adjustments both teams are going to make as well?
Garner's been a good scorer. He's got 2 points so far tonight, only for Armstrong, but expect him to heat it up. Newbern, that one rolled out and rebounded by the Royals. As Whitcomb got it. He'll take it all the way to the basket. Missed the shot. Here's Armstrong back the other way. Garner pull up in the lane and hits.
Great pace. They turned a missed shot into a layup in about 2 seconds. And even though Rogers did make that, I like that they went at the defense early before they were allowed to get set up. Try to get something easy in transition. It's so much harder, John, to score 60, 70 points in a half-court set like this against a set defense. You've got to be able to get some easy buckets, too.
Inniger the steal, and then goes to the basket. He'll shoot 2.
And again,
quick hands.
Yeah,
Good
he's
defender.
got great hands, and again, using his body on that finish. And there's your case in point. When you do that, the defender to come across you is going to have to follow you. There's those hands. He's got about 4 or 5 deflections already. Watch him shield the ball with his body. Easy call for the referee.
Fouls on Carter Dawn, his first.
And a good foul, too, for Don, right? Make him earn it at the free throw line. Don't give up anything easy.
First free throw try tonight for Armstrong. Rogers has had just 1 so far.
Yeah, pretty clean game as far as fouls being called.
Yep, 2 team fouls each. And here 1 out of 2. Long rebound. Scram gets it to Inniger. Lays it up and in.
They did a great job of, there was contact, but he kind of slithered his body so it wasn't a head-on contact and then great touch with the left hand. How about the hustle on the offensive rebound to save that, get another possession.
I like the no call, too, on that.
Yep.
Not a charge or a block there. Just let him play. Low around and in.
He's been good tonight. He's created some shots for his teammates, and that time not even thinking about scoring, but realized if he turned around, he was right at the rim, got an easy layup.
His first basket tonight, but Rogers still trailing here by 10. Iniger.
Oh, what a pass.
What a pass, and off for the layup for 2 for Larkins.
That's just having great court awareness, knowing where guys are, and realizing everyone was overplaying, having those eyes in the back of your head. Beautiful pass.
Almost foul there on Garner. A lot of contact as he was going for the steal. Bowman knocks down his third 3 of the half.
Well, Bowman coming into the game averaging only 5.7. He's got 9 already, and you can see Armstrong, part of their game plan is maybe allowing Bowman to get open looks, but he's making them pay and keeping Armstrong in this game.
Iniger, nice up and under move around Dawn. Tip up try, won't go. And rebounded by Bowman.
Great footwork, great up and under. Kind of a tricky angle. Not sure if you should use the backboard or not.
Dawn for 3, not good. Rebounded by Newbern. Or excuse me, by Larkin. No, Newbern. I had it right the first time. Now it's Larkin with the ball. Driving, and we get a foul before the shot.
You can see how quick his first step is, and the problem is he's hit a couple of threes. So when he shows shot, you got to, as a defender, step up. And he's got that explosive first step as well.
Calls on Bowman his first. Jezerski and Gochola back in for Rogers. Garner on the inbound to Iniger. Seth Newbern draws a double, trying to get it back to Iniger, and Belka steps in for the steal. Skip pass across, a little too high. Here comes Armstrong, scram to the basket and scores. Coolman couldn't quite corral that in, and it allowed Armstrong to get 2 points at the other end.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. Did he just slip?
It was well, he got a little bit off balance. The pass was a little high, definitely too. Belka with a quick release 3 and hits.
Kind of funny how you get an open look off of a tipped offensive rebound there, and defense wasn't quite ready, and he's a very capable three-point shooter, and you can see as soon as he had an opening there, he let it go and nailed it.
18 of Rogers' 24 points have come off of threes.
And they've gotten good looks. I think if you're Coach Belka, you got to love the shots that you've created. You've gotten really good looks.
Larkins misses on this 3, out of bounds, off scram. Rudenberg back in, replacing Newbern for Armstrong. Lob into Iniger. Over a low, not good, and we'll get Iniger over the back of Gocholo. And Dylan picking up his first foul.
Great defense, right? You're giving up some height. All you can do is challenge that, make it a tough shot, and great offense almost prevailed there. Good footwork, using that left hand, just couldn't quite get it to fall. But a nice job boxing out, too, drawing the over the back call. I think if you're Rogers, you got to like where you're at right now. Down 8, obviously you'd much rather be up, but in this game, especially the way they're shooting the basketball here with a chance to even get it closer. Nice.
Shot up and in. Good Cholo with his second hoop.
Yeah, he's been good. Nice job by Belka, too, driving. And you can see how unselfish he is. That was a tough pass in traffic. And good hands, too, to corral that and score it.
Rogers cuts the lead to 6. Larkins, with 2 men on him. He backs it out to Rudenberg to the corner. Scram. And then trying to get the pass back to Garner, who wasn't there anymore. And it's a turnover for Armstrong.
Nice little momentum here for the Royals. Under 3 minutes, down 6. You got to be pleased. You got to finish these last 2 minutes strong here, especially when you're on the road.
play on the inbound. I think we're all set now. Coach Belka had a question for one of the referees. And they do beat the 5 count to get the ball in. Belka, dangerous pass, but Alowo able to catch it in front of the Armstrong bench. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Alowo one dribble and then throws it away. Here's Garner with the steal. Off the glass, tough shot, and there's a follow-up. Nice job by Larkins to follow the play and score. He's got 14 points.
Yeah, and that's why you never give up on a play. I thought I'd see some Rogers guys sprinting back. Never assume a guy's going to make it, especially when it's challenged like that. Usually the first guy there is going to be able to clean up. Nice job finishing up there was Larkins.
3-point shot from the left wing. Got a lot of iron and then dropped through for Seth Coolman.
Yeah, some home cooking there. You're not supposed to get that kind of roll on the road.
Lead is 5, crossover, and then Larkins will pull up for 3. Short on the iron, loose
Great
ball.
hustle.
I think we're going to foul probably on Armstrong here. A little collision there. Alowo still down.
That was some great
along
effort.
with Cade Kemple. Kemple comes up limping. Look at this again.
Yeah, watch the effort, the dive. Looked like it was going to be Armstrong ball. Just a great job by Alowo, just completely laying out for it. Yeah, it looked like Kemple got something in his knee or his ankle there. Those can be kind of scary plays. Both guys feeling the effects for it, but you got to be super pumped with the effort they're giving.
They both come out. Kemple does pick up the foul, his first 4-team foul.
That one I felt like could have been a no call as well. Two kids going after it.
Right.
Let them play.
Under a minute to play now in the half. Belka corrals the ball, crossover, and out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Garner, who thought it was off of Rogers.
Well, Rudenberg playing some great man-to-man defense with that pressure. That was a heck of a behind the back, too, by Belka.
Whitcomb to inbound from the sideline. Rogers down by 5. They're down double digits. Now a chance to cut it down to 3 or possibly 2 on this possession. And Armstrong getting the steal. Scram Indiger trying to get it ahead and missed on the pass to Garner. Well defended by Rogers as they get the ball back.
Good hustle getting back. That could have been an easy layup. Nice job by Rogers. That clock under 30 seconds, you got to imagine Rogers going to hold and make sure they get the last shot of this half.
20 seconds to go. Rudenberg out on Belka. 13 seconds, a whistle, and a foul on the floor on Armstrong. That'll be on Josh Rudenberg, the senior, picking up his first.
And they're making him work. They're picking him up full court. You can see it looking a little fatigued, especially with that mask on, making it a little harder to breathe. But still only 5 team fouls, so not a bad foul. You don't want to give up anything easy.
Under 10 to go. Into the lane, a little scoop shot up and down for Whitcomb.
Are you sure this isn't their home rim? The second one they've gotten around the world. But a great drive. We haven't seen a lot of those drives to the basket for Rogers that time. Beautiful drive and nice extension with the right hand. And he kissed every inch of that rim before it went down.
Competitive first half here as Rogers had an early lead, then went cold and all of a sudden found themselves down by 10, and now it's just a 3-point game at halftime.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Armstrong ready to pull away, but Rogers really answered the bell here.
Let's go down to Alley now with John Bryant.
Coach, before the game, we talked about how confident you guys are in your offense, but you guys capitalized on a lot of forced turnover points in that first half. What did you like?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been like that all year. Our defense creates offense for us. We still have to be a little more patient on the offensive end when we're in the half court. But if we can get our defense to create turnovers, get us out run in transition, we should get some good looks again in the second half.
Rogers has been hot on the arc. What do you guys want to come out and do in the second half to try to eliminate that from their game?
Well, we got to get to the shooters. They got a lot of shooters. They run really good offense in the half court. We're trying to pressure them, create turnovers, sometimes they get open looks because of that. You're going to have to live with a few of them. Hopefully they start missing a few in the second half.
And Coach, do you want to see anything differently offensively out of your squad in the second?
Yeah, just better ball movement, maybe some more paint touches, getting inside. But all in all, I think we had a good first half. Just got to make a few changes, a couple details, clean up a little bit, and we'll be fine.
Thanks for your time,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Thanks, Allie. We'll hear from Coach Belka before the start of the second half. Armstrong 34, Rogers 31. You're watching high school boys basketball on CCX.
I don't think we're free in this country. For 100 years, you saw black people menaced and targeted and lynched and beaten and brutalized. I think we're burdened by this history. More people have to be willing to do that uncomfortable, inconvenient thing that justice requires for things to get better. Truth can inspire change. Learn more at EJI.org.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
At Armstrong High School in Plymouth, John Jacobson, Brian Iverson, and Allie Mosley with you at halftime. The Falcons leading the Rogers Royals by a score of 34-31. Let's look at highlights, Ryan, from the first 18 minutes of play here. What did you like that you saw from both teams?
Yeah, well, the shooting right here, we're going to see it for Rogers. Got them going early, then it kind of lulled off, but then they brought it on late. There's a couple of them. You're seeing great drives and kicks. Almost looks like the exact same play. 3 different shooters making it, too. So their three-point shots are what kept them in the game. Here was Bowman again with his second one. He hit 3 threes in the first half. This was a nice little floater, trying to get Belka going, their leading scorer, and he got it going a little bit late. So I think if you're Rogers, you love the offense. And Armstrong's so good in transition at getting out and running. Great throws ahead. I love it. That ball never hit the floor on that. You love to see it.
Yeah, for Rogers, you watched the middle minutes of that game, or early to middle, and you worried, man, they're going to have too many turnovers because Armstrong was getting a lot of points just like that, but they cleaned that up late, knocked down some more shots. You look at yet another turnover and lay up back the other way, that time for Larkins, who had a good first half.
Watch the effort here by Scram. Dive in, saves it. And Iniger, I love this. Great job sliding, contorting his body through contact. Watch this behind the back, beautiful pass. Big half for Larkins too, scoring the basketball. But then at the end, I think if you're Rogers, the way you close that half, getting back into just a 3-point game, got to be very pleased. And doing it without Belka, their leading scorer, really going off offensively.
Bowman with 9 points, Belka with 5, Gochola with 4 points, the top 3 scorers for the Royals. Larkins with 14 points for Armstrong, Iniger with 7, and Newbern with 5. Armstrong 34, Rogers 31. We're back with more prep basketball from Armstrong on CCX Sports after this.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Every millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Getting ready for the start of the second half. Let's go back courtside. Allie standing by with head coach of Rogers, Joe Belka.
Coach, you guys have had to battle in that first half to make it a three-point game. What did you like in that first half that was keeping you guys in it?
Well, kind of like I talked to you about before the game, I just like our fight. I love our willingness to just work hard, and it's nice when you hit some shots. We were able to hit some shots to keep us in the game. I just like the resolve of our team. I just love how hard we play. The second half, I think we have to do a little bit better job on the defensive end of the floor and limiting some of their opportunities. But they're a really good team who runs really good stuff. But to answer your question again, I just love the way we fight and the way we compete, the way we battle, and it's always nice to knock down a couple of shots.
How do you think you guys are handling kind of that pressure and the pace that Armstrong seems to be setting a little bit?
You know what? I think early in the game it rattled us a little bit. I think we're starting to settle in a little bit, and we're trying to get a little more comfortable with it. We have to continue just to be strong with the ball, continue to play together as a team. But as the game went on, I felt more and more comfortable with how we were playing. Hopefully that carries into the second half.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for both coaches for taking some time with us. And I think Rogers got to be happy where they're at, right? Especially Ryan after they fell behind by 10 points and it looked like the game, although still a lot of game to play, was getting away from them a little bit.
Well, and I think when I was prepping for this game and you have a tendency to look at schedules and results, you're thinking Armstrong's going to win this game. But then you remember Rogers is talented and they've been in every single game. So I'm not surprised that they clawed their way back here to a three-point game. I think these first couple minutes are always big in games like this because Armstrong probably got chewed out at halftime a little bit of, hey, you guys are taking these guys for granted. We got to come out with some serious energy. They're going to really pick up the defensive pressure. And for Rogers, they got to continue to handle that pressure and think if they can play a second half without turning the ball over so much, that's going to really help them. They could be in this game, but first couple minutes of the second half I think are going to be key.
Leading scorers, we saw Larkins with 14 points. Leading the Falcons, and 9 points for Bowman, all on threes for the Royals.
Yeah, Rogers going to have to really two big things. One, handle the pressure without turning the ball over, and two, continue to knock down those open threes when they get it. And if they can do that, they're gonna make this a game.
Middle of your screen there, you see Bart Endiger. His dad was a longtime coach at Augsburg and North Dakota State. I said, is he going to be at the game? He said he's down in Florida. He's going to be watching. So he said, be sure to say hi to Irv. So he gave me a list of people, the Endiger and extended family. So hi to Irv, Linda, Benjamin, and Grant, all watching in Bonita Springs, Florida, which sounds nice.
I was going to say, all a lot smarter than we are, getting the heck out of Minnesota in the winter, down in that beautiful sunshine and warm weather. But yeah, it's great. That's what, CCX, such a great job that we can bring these games to extended family and friends and fans all over the country to be able to watch their family and friends play basketball.
Scoop shot high off the glass, not good, with a great follow-up. Seth Newburn there to put it in for two.
Well, and that's a smart play by Newburn there on the weak side, knowing the guy's attacking the basket. You get yourself in really good offensive rebounding position. And he didn't wait. He just goes right back up with it.
Belka lost it out of bounds, thought he got his arm hacked on the way, which forced him to lose the ball, but no call.
Well, and to these referees' credit, they're letting a lot of stuff go, and I love that. We've been involved in games where every possession seems like it's a foul. And as a player, it's your job, you got to adjust to whatever contact referees are letting play.
They're letting things go, but you don't get the sense it's not a rough game. That
Nope.
Things are getting out of hand. But you're right. Some of the little things are not getting called. The 3 missed, and the rebound by Dawn almost lost it. And now Armstrong does get the steal.
Oh, nice
Garner
fake.
and Larkin's a nice job of waiting for the defender to commit and then puts it up and in.
That's the old Top Gun move. You hit the brakes, the defense goes right by, gets an easy layup. But what do we talk about? Taking care of the basketball. 2 possessions for Rogers, already 2 turnovers.
Bowman draws a double team. They kick it out. Here's a 3 by Dawn. He has hit 2 now in the game. Rogers has its first points in the second half.
Yeah, and already over his season average, averaging 4.8. He's got 6. So again, if they can keep knocking those open threes down, they're going to stay in this ball game.
Garner with the basketball. Newbern's open, left corner. He'll dribble into the lane. Tough shot, up and in. Wow. Just a freshman, Seth Newbern, now with 9 points.
Man, he's got that great length, too. A quick first step. That was not an easy shot, going full speed like that, having the touch to hit it.
The only thing Armstrong doesn't have, they've had a very good season, but you go into the section play, not a lot of size.
Nope.
And, the thing that'll hurt them against bigger teams like Wayzata, for instance, it's in their section. And Hopkins.
Well, and it's not just size as far as guarding the post players. What it comes down to is rebounding and giving up offensive rebounds and second chance points against those good teams that if you do give them second chance points, there's a 3rd turnover already in the second half. That have great shooters, a lot of times they lead to those open threes. So you're absolutely right. But I always say you play to your strength. And if you got great guards and you can see how well they pressure the basketball and kind of create pace a little bit, that's going to bode them well in the playoffs as well. This is an Armstrong team that no one, from the top teams down are going to want to see come playoff time. And a lot of it's because of their head coach. They know what kind of preparation and talent level they're going to bring to the table.
Deep 3 by Iniger, not good. A foul away from the ball on Rogers. I think it's going to go against Bowman, who ended up with the ball. No, it's going to go instead against Jezierski. Pick up his first foul, and Armstrong will keep possession. Sam Gucciola was in at that last whistle, number 30 for Rogers. Larkins. Now it's to Kemple in the corner. He'll go baseline, pulls it back up. He's going to get an offensive foul.
Well, that's the second time Bowman has done that, where he's got in there, got his body in the front of a passer, and that's where you just got to come to that jump stop. And those are great. You steal those kind of possessions by making smart plays like that. And I like what Armstrong doing too, picking up full court, trying to create some turnovers, trying to get Rogers maybe to play faster.
Foul going to be whistled here on Seth Newbern, and Sam Gucciola will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and he's kind of the only height on this Rogers team at 6'5", and he's had a couple of nice plays around the basket tonight too.
First foul on Larkins, second team foul on the Falcons in the half. Cholo has missed the only 2 free throw attempts he has had, and the only 2 that Rogers has had this evening. Armstrong has only shot 2. Iniger was 1 for 2 back in the first half. Second one rattles in. 40-35. Garner missed it, and a good rebound by Gucciola.
You aren't kidding. He was way up in the air on that one.
And Bowman into the front court. Shot from the corner is good for Belka.
He's kind of got that unassuming look. You're not sure he's going to shoot it. He goes right into his motion. He's got a beautiful release, beautiful stroke, and they're back down to just down by 2.
Larkins trying to answer, too strong on the 3.
I love the minutes Gucciola is playing for him too. He's gobbling up those defensive rebounds.
Belka trying to drive and get a block, and that'll be 3 on Kemple.
I'll tell you, when you run into Kemple, you feel it. He is built like a Mack truck. You kind of see that sort of unorthodox into his shot there, but he's taken 2 threes and he's knocked them both down. Again, that their leading scorer at over 18 points per game and starting to get it going just a little bit. You got to like where, if you're Rogers, what do we say? Knock down those open threes. They've done that here so far in the first half. You eliminate those turnovers, and this maybe favors Rogers here as we go into the last 14 minutes plus.
Armstrong uses its first timeout here. 14 minutes, 19 seconds to play. As we mentioned, the regular season will end for teams either March 12th or 13th. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, Ryan, when we get to section play. Everybody's got, I think we kind of started slow in a way. We didn't start practice till January 4th, games 10 days after that, and saw a little rust early from teams. But now you're into, even though it's late season, more like mid-season form. And you've got a few more games to round it out before you get ready for those section games.
And I think if you're coaches too, it's a totally different ballgame because you're still adding stuff at this point of the year. Some teams maybe still not playing all the different types of defenses that they might normally, and you had such limited practice time before the game started that you kind of just were rushed right into the season and trial by fire, right? You see what's working, what's not.
And Kemple picks up another foul. He's picked up 3 in the last minute, and now he's got 4. So he'll sub out. Owen Scram in.
Well, and keep in mind, too, that's the 4th team foul, right? We didn't see a lot of fouls in that first half, but if Rogers is able to get into that penalty and that bonus here early with as aggressive as Armstrong's played defensively, that could be a big, big plus for the Royals.
Falcons had just 4 team fouls the entire first half, and they've got 4. It's still 14 minutes to go here. Tough shot here, wouldn't go for Belka. Follow-up not good, and there's another foul. And back to the line will go Gucciolo.
Well, Gucciolo at 6'5", the biggest kid on the floor, athletic, and he's defensive rebounding, and he's gobbled a couple up offensively too. And again, even though Belka didn't score on this, look at the red jerseys focused on him, allows Gucciolo to get great position, and he goes right back up.
Iniger picks up the foul, his second. First free throw up and in for Gucciolo.
Yeah, his free throw stroke too, looking a lot better than those first 2. Made his last 2. And this to tie the game up.
Gucciolo gets it to drop. Rogers has not been tied since early in the first half. 40-40 with 14 minutes to play in the second half. Newbern puts it on the deck. Off to Garner, throws to the corner. Scram is a good outside shooter, knocks that one down.
Yeah, he was. I mean, there was a guy in his face too, no hesitation, and he knocked it down. That was pure.
First made 3 for Armstrong here in the second half. Skip pass across. Jaworski go right back to Belka on the other side. Fires it back out top to Olowo. And then he fired a pass trying to get it to Bowman, missed him, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think it was the right idea by Olowo. Bowman was actually coming off, maybe going to the three-point line, and didn't realize he was open underneath the basket. So you can't fault that. It was the right idea. Just guys got to be on the same page there.
Rudenberg in for Armstrong. Whitcomb in for Rogers, along with Coolman. And a drive, we'll get a whistle and a foul on the floor. The drive by Newbern. This will go against Belka.
Yeah, you know what that looks like is when you bump knees, that knee-to-knee contact. Yeah, you can see right there. That does not feel good. Sometimes you get it right on your knee, sometimes in that quad there right above the knee, and those can be painful.
Inbound here for the Falcons to Iniger. Into the paint, goes up with the shot, not good, gets it back. Blocked by Rogers.
What a great challenge by Gucciolo that time. It looked like Iniger, great move. Looked like he was going to get an easy second chance point, but a great block, great recovery by Gucciolo.
Up and down the baseline drive, it's Seth Coolman scoring.
Great pace on that drive. I think normally he's looking to pass and give that up. He kind of stayed with it and realized after that hop step he had a wide open look for the layup. Great drive to the basket. Oh, nice skip.
Iniger open in the corner. Missed on the three. Rebounded by Gucciolo.
Oh, Rogers is fortunate. That was a great vision, great skip pass. And Iniger, a 41% three-point shooter, not going to miss a lot of those wide open looks.
Royals with a chance to take their first lead
nice
since
pass.
the first half. Shot missed by Aloha and picked up by Iniger. Here's Garner to the front court. Behind his back pass, Scram for three, and he rattles it in.
How about Scram? Just when Rogers has tied it or got back to one, he's hit 2 big threes. Second half, he puts him back up by 4.
Almost a steal for Garner. Ball went off the referee and goes to Scram for the layup.
Unselfish play by Garner. He could have corralled that, probably had a layup instead. Gave it up to his teammate for an easy layup.
Aloha with the basketball as the Falcons pick up the defense, and their lead grows back to 6.
Well, it seems like every time Armstrong threatens to kind of pull away, Rogers been able to hit a 3. How about that?
Good call.
Big answer by Belka, kind of sensing his team needs a big shot. What I loved, he came off ready, locked and loaded, able to fire away, and he's 3 for 3 from 3. You can see what a good shooter he is.
Garner's shot doesn't go, rebounded by Gucciolo. Belka will walk it up. 48-45, under 11 minutes to play here in the second half. Turning and passing back out to the perimeter is Belka. Now he'll put it on the floor. Keep it on the perimeter. Aloha go baseline, and we get a hold and a foul.
I think they're going to get it on Rogers, on Belka.
No, it's going to go on Armstrong, on Garner.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot there by Belka. You're coming to your left like that. You got to square up. You're ready to catch and shoot, but he got his legs into it and he knocked it down. Oh, yeah, they got a hold on Armstrong. Okay.
Well, you talked about those team fouls on the Falcons. They're at 6.
Yeah.
So Rogers in the bonus the rest of the way.
And even that much more incentive for them to really handle the physicality and the ball pressure, be strong with it, and if you get fouled, you're going to be shooting the rest of the way.
Belka guarded out top, and then he goes to the corner to Jezierski.
Nice look.
Right side, Whitcomb for 3. Ties it up.
Oh, great drive by Jezierski there. Went baseline knowing he probably wasn't going to be able to get a shot, but Whitcomb moved to the baseline, got in the vision so that he could see him and had his feet set. And again, Rogers shooting the heck out of the three-point shot here, especially in the second half.
Floater up and in, and Scrams come off the bench here and scored 10 points in the second half.
Well, and they've been big. They've answered every time Rogers gets it close. Scram been able to come right back. He's been huge offensively.
He has 10 of their 16 second half points. Dawn.
Oh, nice look.
Low, and they go back out to the corner. Jezierski says, I'll shoot that.
Yeah.
Didn't go down, though, and rebounded by Iniger.
Oh, good ball fake. Got a good look again. Got to be pleased with the Rogers with their shots. They're getting wide open looks.
Larkins will put up a 3 and around and off. And rebounded by Whitcomb.
Oh, and there you go. There's that foul, right? 80 feet away from the basket by Stanzlaski, but that's going to put Rogers in the 1-and-1 here with a chance to tie the game.
Just his first, but Ryan said the 7th team foul for Rogers. And so it puts Easton Whitcomb to the line for a 1-and-1.
Well, and I think, too, the way Armstrong plays defensively, so physical and pressure, it's going to force them to back off a little bit. And I think this is going to be obviously an advantage for Rogers. And referees seem like they're calling a little tighter here in the second half. So, and Armstrong, you don't want to lose your aggressiveness, but you also don't want to put him on the free throw line the rest of the night.
Second one also good. And We are tied again at 50.
I'm calling John for a scram bucket here. Every time Rogers has tied it up, scram has answered.
Iniger into the lane, drew a lot of traffic. Larkins to Stanzlaski. Back to Iniger, left side. Good defense by Rogers. Our fans appreciate it.
Well, and Armstrong almost looking like Rogers defensively, or on offense here, taking their time. Good ball rotations, 10, 12 passes.
A Rogers foul on Peyton Belka. Only the third team foul on the Royals. Inbound by Larkins, and Scram couldn't keep it in bounds. Turnover for Armstrong.
Well, I tell you, since Rogers, John, has tied this game and kind of got the momentum, their defensive intensity has also picked up, and you can see it now. They're defending every pass, every possession. Nothing easy for Armstrong. Remember Armstrong, too, in the first half, and to start the second half, had a bunch of deflections, steals, got a bunch of easy looks in transition. Last few minutes, haven't been able to get that.
Pass down low through the hands of Whitcomb. Here comes Armstrong. Iniger up and in, and a chance for a three-point play. Foul on Belka.
Well, there's the turnover and there's the transition. A great pass to Iniger. Ran hard, and I think the defender was set, but I think they were too far. Huh? Looked like he was outside of that half circle there. That's great effort defensively and a great finish, too, by Iniger. And those are always tough ones for referees, right? It's bang, bang, and great body control by Dillon, able to finish that, take the contact as well.
Had 7 points early, but his first point since the first half. Averaging about 19 a game. Got 9 tonight. Ball tapped out on the missed free throw, and Armstrong keeps possession.
Yeah, and they've done that a couple times tonight off of missed free throws, able to get the offensive rebound, and it leads to second chance points. Iniger, like we talked about, an excellent three-point shooter, gets his first three of the game and buries it. Big 4-point possession.
Yeah, 5-point possession.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Whistle, another foul on Armstrong, though. This will be their 8th, and we'll have 1-1 again for Rogers.
Well, I think Rogers needs those type of possessions, John, where they can get out and run and try to get an easy basket instead of really working in the half court. You mix a couple of that in, it just helps.
Josh Rudenberg picking up the foul. Whitcomb knocked down a couple of free throws a minute or two ago. Back to the line again. Knocked them both down. So Rogers here in the second half, 7 out of 8 from the free throw line after getting there just once in the first half. They're back to within 3. 7.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Larkin's been pretty well bottled up here in the second half, trying to get to the basket here. Twisting shot, not good. Going to the floor after the basketball with Dawn. Back out, Iniger for 3. Short this time on the rim, and rebounded by Alowo.
Well, Rogers lucky there. Great hustle. They're able to kick it out, get an open look for Iniger.
3 ball missed, and Iniger rebounds. That would have tied it. Jamez Garner lost the ball. Bowman has it for Rogers. Belka. Got Rudenberg out on him. Skips it across to Dawn, now right corner. Whitcomb back to Dawn. Belka, shot fake, into the paint, all the way to the basket, too strong, and rebounded by Larkins. Larkins lost it.
Yeah.
It tipped, yes, apparently. Rogers certainly thought that was over and back. Rudenberg for 3, missed the shot, and Bowman has it. So it doesn't end up hurting Rogers after all.
It looked like it went off his foot, didn't it?
I thought
Into
so.
The backcourt
and
there.
a steal here by Larkin. Steps in front of Dawn to get the steal for the Falcons. Larkin shot up. Off, out of bounds. Off of Whitcomb. Armstrong basketball.
Well, let's see if this was tip. No, I think he was going to go behind the back there. It just went off of his left hand. But like you said, nothing came of it, so it doesn't affect. But then on the other side, if you're Rogers, you get the defensive rebound. You can't have those turnovers thrown across court like that. You got to get a good shot, a good possession. If you're going to try to win on the road against a really good team, you've got to eliminate those turnovers.
One thing I want to say about Rogers and talking to Coach Belka before the game, he said, no, we would like to have more wins. Absolutely. But he said, during a pandemic and everything that's gone on this year, I could not have asked for a better bunch of kids to coach. They work hard in practice. They're 3.9 GPA kids. They're just a great bunch of players to coach. And that's what makes your job as a coach even more fun. Yes, you'd rather be 10-3 than 3-10, but you've got a good group of kids to work with.
And to your point too, John, I mean, this is competitive sports, but high school sports too, the great thing is you learn about life, and these kids are learning that hard work pays off. They're learning what teamwork is. They're learning the commitment to each other, playing for something other than just yourself. And if you got a good group of kids as a coach, yes, you want to win every game, but to that point, you have fun just teaching the kids and being around good kids and good people. And yeah, that's what this is really, at the end of the day, it's all about. It's hard to tell them that in the middle of a game, though, when you have a turnover and you're down one possession, right? But you got to keep in mind it's about having a good group of kids and teaching them to be good human beings.
Henniger, a good look at a three, but missed it, and Bowman rebounds. Ahead to Belka, to the corner to Whitcomb. Cut off on the baseline by Newburn, and missed on the pass to Belka, out of bounds.
And you're starting to see those turnovers come back to play here. Middle of the first half, a bunch of turnovers. Then they really started taking care of the ball, and now those turnovers, those empty possessions, right, that you're going to look back on and just think, if we could have gotten a shot opportunity, what could have been?
5.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Armstrong led by 10 at one point in the first half. Led by 3 at halftime. Inside, and Larkin scores.
Oh, great job. You see him step through it and bring that ball over the top, too. It looked like there was nowhere to go. Able to create a shot.
Alowo left open. Long on the three. Ball tipped out, though, to Dawn.
Oh, smart play there, knowing you weren't going to grab the rebound, but able to tip it out and keep the possession going.
Alowo lost in the paint. Picked up by Whitcomb. Back out. Bowman to the corner to Belka. Shot up, not good, and rebounded by Armstrong. Quickly ahead, they come 2-on-2, and coming from behind Shrine. Oh, they did get a force a turnover. I thought they was going to get a foul from behind on Bowman. Instead, he forces Larkins into traveling.
I'm not sure how that was a travel. Didn't look like the hand was on the ball there, but great hustle, whoever that was chasing Larkins. Able to kind of screw up the flow of it. You know, and now you're down 5, 4:37 left to play. This is where Rogers, you got to get a bucket here. Got to get a good shot opportunity.
Jezierski was back in for the Royals. To the corner to Bowman. Made some threes tonight. Back to Jezierski. Rudenberg right on him defensively. Open is Dawn in the corner. He hits a three. Carter Dawn with 3 threes.
Yeah, he's been big, and a great skip pass. And again, Rogers needing that basket, gets an open look and buries the three.
They're back to within 2. Jamez Garner off to Rudenberg. Back to Garner. 4 minutes to go. Open is Rudenberg for 3. Missed and rebounded by Bowman. Here come the Royals. Alowo.
Oh, good move.
And tried to get the pass back out, and it gave it instead to Garner ahead. Larkin scores on his foul.
You talk about a big swing of events there. Going from maybe scoring and tying the game up to a turnover leading to a transition, and a great job. Nice throw ahead. And Larkin's so good at finishing, especially in transition.
Colin Bowman is his second.
But I thought Alowo there could have taken that shot. It looked like he had a pretty good attempt at a layup there, trying to make a play for a teammate, but leading to that turnover and basically started the fast break for Larkins, and a great finish, great concentration.
Completes the three-point play. He's got 21 points now. And a timeout here for Armstrong. With 3:38 to go, it's 60-55 Falcons. Upcoming on CCX, we got a triangular wrestling match from Buffalo High School. Hopkins Wayzata in Buffalo. Action starts at 5 p.m. on Thursday. High school girls basketball, Wayzata non-conference game against Moorhead Friday night at 7 o'clock. Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey from Champlin Saturday night as the Rebels take on Totino Grace. And then girls hockey next Monday, Osseo Park Center at Rogers. All of those coming up next week on CCX. Our regular season coverage will end on March 13th with a Blaine Maple Grove boys hockey game, and then section playoffs for hockey and basketball to follow that.
Who do you like this year for hockey in the boys division?
Maple Grove is really good. We did a telecast of theirs on Saturday. Totino Grace has got a decent team. They outshot them like 63-18 and won 6-1, and they won all but one of their games by at least 5 goals. So they'll be a tough out. They're really good.
Well, and thinking of boys basketball, have you ever had a year where the number one team in the state, it feels like they're not getting talked about, right, in Champlin Park? They just continue to win and beat good teams, but just not the same amount of buzz as you normally would have for a number one team in the state.
Rogers had some turnovers here. Got to take care of the basketball. Almost turned it over earlier in this possession. Belka with it. Dawn back to Belka. To the corner to Alowo. Bowman will drive to the basket and score. They haven't seen a lot of that tonight for Rogers, but a nice play there by Alex Bowman.
Well, and great ball movement, right? Good penetration, kicking, swinging it, not holding it. And Bowman, been such a good shooter that you close out on him. That time he blew right by, got a nice layup.
Double team on the ball, almost a turnover, but Newbern able to corral it and keep possession for the Falcons. Armstrong by 3 with under 3 minutes to go. Garner to Iniger. Larkins, I think they're going to wait until they get a really good shot.
Yep, smart, spreading them out and put the ball in this young man's hands who's been pretty much unguardable tonight, and try to force a breakdown, see if you can get a great shot, to your point. Nice.
Garner, there's a great one for Iniger. And he's fouled to go to the line for 2.
And the thing is, especially in high school, is when you're guarding someone off the ball, you have a tendency to relax and watch the ball. Iniger, watch this cut on the baseline. Here's that nice drive by Bowman. Good finish with the left. But you get caught ball watching, and Iniger, smart backdoor cut, gets a great pass, able to draw the foul.
Missed on the first free throw. Fouling Belka is his third, team 6, though Armstrong the rest of the way will be in the bonus. Should that come into play, the last 2:24 here. Dillon struggling tonight from the line. Now 1 of 5. He missed them both. Rebounded by Bowman. Still 60-57 Armstrong. Jezierski. To Dawn. With a quick pass. Jezierski puts it on the floor. Lost it. Scram gets it to Iniger. Rogers turnover. 2 minutes to play.
Well, and I anticipate Armstrong doing something very similar, spreading that floor, trying to get someone creating, going to the basket, and hopefully then also getting a good look.
Foul, I believe, is going to be on Belka, and that is his 4th. Does force the 1-on-1 here, and make Armstrong work for it at the line. Whitcomb back in, replacing Jezierski. First time to the free throw line tonight, and missing everything was Newbern.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the confusion is. That should be an automatic whistle in Rogers basketball.
So the inbound at 1:50 to go. Still trailing by 3.
And you don't need to panic. You don't need to get a 3 necessarily. You just want to get a good shot.
Nice drive to the basket. They got one from Easton Whitcomb.
He's been good tonight. Only a sophomore too, but that was a nice strong move to the basket. You're seeing Rogers a little bit more the second half, John, attacking the basket and finishing those.
Newbern to Garner. Back across to Scram. Newbern to Iniger to Garner. Quick passes. They don't want to get trapped. 1:15 to go.
Oh, if I'm Armstrong, I don't want to be too conservative here. You can still attack and get a basket. And if you're Rogers, I don't know why you need to foul right now.
Yeah.
Still a minute 12 left. There's no reason to panic foul. Just play defense, try to get a trap, and then obviously if it gets down to 20, 25 seconds, then you think about fouling. But I certainly would try to force a turnover here. Instead, you're putting a great foul shooter on the line.
Larkins misses it. Iniger can't get it, and Lowell's got the basketball. Just over a minute to go, and Rogers with a chance to take the lead. To the corner to Dawn. Skip pass, and Whitcomb can't handle it.
Just those turnovers are going to kill you guys. They're unforced turnovers too.
Time out on the floor. Joe Balka's like, oh. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. They've had just some of those turnovers where didn't need to be made, right? I mean, there wasn't necessarily a guy in the face.
Right, and of all the options to throw to a guy that's almost out of bounds on the baseline to whip it at him, that's where you just got to continue to do what's gotten you to this point. So many teams, you get towards the end of game situations and they played completely out of characteristic for what got them into those spots. Rogers doing such a nice job of handling pressure, getting open looks, not forcing it. So 55 seconds left. If I'm defensively, I'm not automatically fouling here. I'm trying to trap, see if I can create a turnover. And this is where scouting comes in, right? Who are you going to foul? You don't want to. I know Iniger hasn't made his free throws tonight, but normally a great free throw shooter. Larkin's a good free throw shooter. So you're starting to talk about, okay, if we get a chance, who do we want to foul and put on that free throw line?
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining, each team with 8 team fouls, so both teams in the bonus. Iniger will inbound with 55.4 seconds remaining. And gets the ball in to Newbern, to Larkins. 48 seconds to go as Larkins comes into the front court. Larkins getting it back from Rudenberg. Now to Garner. Double team on the ball. They get it to Iniger. Oh, and the pass intercepted by Alowo.
Down.
And then he lost it. Layup for Larkins. What a quick turn of events that was. Now Rogers down 3 with 20 seconds to go.
And I still don't think you need to shoot a bad 3. I think you got to get a layup.
And a steal instead, and the layup for Garner. And a timeout for Rogers with 11 seconds to go.
What a finish for Armstrong. And if you're Rogers, you're going to look back on this game. Turnovers are what killed you. They got the stop they needed. Here was that possession. This is the second one here. Another turnover. That's 4 points in the last 10 seconds off of turnovers. But you go back to they got the stop, John. That's where you just got to slow down, pick up your ball, get it to a teammate. An easy transition. We don't keep those stats, John, but what would you say, Armstrong? 20 to 26 points off of turnovers.
Yeah.
And there's your ball game, down 5 easily. Especially with how well Rogers has shot the ball. Assuming you don't turn it over, you take those points away, but you also assume you're going to get a couple of good shots out of it too, and that's going to be the difference in this ball game. Now 11 seconds left, down 5. I think you got to go for a 3, a good 3, and then hope it goes in and foul right away. Hopefully you get a miss, then you got a chance.
If you're playing defense, what do you tell your guys? What was John Bryant's message there?
We are trapping first. We're not fouling, but we're trapping right away. And then if you don't get it within 1-2 seconds, it's automatic foul. Oh, you're talking for Armstrong.
For Armstrong, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
I'm picking up full court, but not no fouls. You don't want to stop the clock. Force a tough shot. Do not jump. Just contest. Last thing you want to do is foul a three-point shooter.
Belka puts up a three. Not good. Rebounded by Iniger, and that will do it. Well played game tonight. Tough contest. Rogers loses yet another close game. Ryan and Armstrong had some worries. John Bryant did coming in. Rogers played them tough, but ultimately they get the big points at the end off turnovers and win it by 5 for their 10th win of the season.
Yeah, I think if you're Armstrong, you're taking this win. You like a close game, right? Those are great learning situations as we head into the postseason. If you're Rogers, pleased with the effort and the way you competed on the road against a very good team.
Allie's got one of the winning Falcons down on the floor, and let's go to her now.
Deshaun, you guys had to fight through the very end of this one. How were you guys able to hold Rogers off down that final stretch when it was really close?
Coach told us it was going to be a grind, so we just had to come to play. We didn't want to underestimate them. So we just got the dub at the end.
You know, I don't think that we've seen a team all year force as many turnovers as you guys did. How are you guys able to be so effective in that aspect of defense tonight?
Coach told us to play like some dogs, so we got to get after it on defense. So, you know, me and my backcourt, we just elite defenders. So, yeah.
You know, what did you learn about your team in this game? You guys come in, you know you're playing a 3-10 team, but it was really close throughout the entire game.
Yeah, we'll give them props because, you know, they be beating teams, but they lost the teams close, so we got to play them, give them their respect.
You guys just have 4 games left in the regular season. 3 of those 4, they're going to be some tough matchups. What do you hope to see for your team through the final stretch of the regular season?
We want to get better during the final stretch, and our ultimate goal is just to get ready for sections. So these final 4 teams, it's going to be a grind, but we're going to hopefully end up with some dubs at the end.
Deshaun, you're a fun player to watch out there. What was your favorite part of the game tonight?
Me shooting threes, you know, breaking my defender down. So, yeah.
You're enjoyable to watch. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. Deshaun Larkins coming up. Ryan with some big points down the stretch. You know, he was quiet there for a while in the second half after he had those 14 first-half points, but it's a big basket late, and his team ends up winning it by 5. 22 points for Deshaun tonight.
Yeah, and if you're Armstrong, maybe disappointed with how you played throughout the game, but you got to love how you finished, right? You got those 2 big stops and turnovers and sealed the deal. Winning is winning. You find different ways to do it. And I didn't think they had their best game tonight, but still managed to hold off a really pesky Rogers team who, yet again, you know, close. You're going to look at that score, you're going to see a loss, but only a 5-point game, and it was closer than that even down the stretch. So fun game to call by both sides.
Rogers' next game at Blaine on Thursday. Armstrong will be on the road. They'll play at Anoka on Thursday night. That will do it for our telecast tonight on CCX. For Ryan Iverson, Allie Mosley, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in. Armstrong wins its 10th of the season, and our final score, Falcons 64, Royals 59.